But with the pulse rifle so far, as long as you get in a space where they're not shooting at you first, or you get the option to kind of play around them, you're pretty much set. Hello YouTube, we're back again today. I'm going to do live commentary on Sacred Provenance, Prophet of Doom, kind of both of them at the same time. My Sacred Provenance is Outlaw Headseeker with Ricochet. It's a 3 out of 5. Could have a better barrel, could have the range masterwork. That would perfect it. Prophet of Doom, I think this is about as good as I'm going to get. It's got 90... I could have one better perk and that would be about it. I think that would be the masterwork. But I'm just going to use it here in Eruption, and we're going to see what happens with it. I am kind of a little sick, so if I do sound a little nasally, that's why. Kind of happened a couple days ago. I think it happened on Monday, so that's kind of why the videos have been the way that they have been. I've wanted to talk about the weapons I've been using and kind of what you could do with them, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with those weapons that I posted videos on. Like the third Axiom, there was some... I kind of wanted to talk over that one, but I was still right there in the midst of all of the... just not feeling great at all, so I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to. Because of that. Good use of hard light there, actually. Prevents you from actually getting away from him. But with Sacred Provenance, I've got... I think I'm 2 perks off. I'd rather have... I guess technically 3, but Outlaw works just as well. So I'd rather have, I think, Rapid Hit with Headseeker. And then I'd rather have Arrowhead Break, so I don't have to run Counterbalance. So I could run Targeting, or I could run Icarus, either of those. Because I think in the way that I've played, that would help me the most. Because for how I play, I tend to play a little bit more on the passive-ish side. Not really, but a little bit. But for what you get out of Headseeker, turning it from 27s to the head up to 29s, you're hitting over 100 damage per burst if you do that. And it just reprocs right there. And as long as you're in your effective range, you're gonna have an easy time hitting all of your headshots and having all that extra damage. So it just makes it a much more consistent 2 burst. Prophet of Doom, now that the pellet spreads are more unified, I guess they're consistent now, it's actually a worthwhile shotgun to go ahead and try and use. Because now you don't have to worry about the bad stat package. You've got... On it right now, you've got Opening Shot, you've got Feeding Frenzy, you've got Genesis if you wanted to, and if you go up against Arc players, just break the shield and you're reloaded and ready to go. And so with that 100 range stat, you're already pretty much set. So with that, you're pretty much good to go. It could have a bit better of a handling stat, and I think that's really one of the only things that realistically kind of kills the shotgun. Realistically, that's the only thing that kills a lot of the weapons from the raid. But Sacred Provenance is a really consistent weapon. A great aesthetic choice on Bungie's part. Only thing is, it's back from Shadowkeep and Garden of Salvation. So, and not everyone likes to run that raid anymore. Nobody's really liked running that raid in a long time, so... if we're being real here, there's probably not a lot of people that have these guns, especially the new players. Honestly, if they were to revamp the raid, at least just give these weapons the ability to be crafted. Maybe throw in 2 more perks. And take off full auto trigger off of both the pulse rifle and the shotgun. And maybe give the shotgun threat detector. And maybe give the pulse rifle... I think what I'd like to see on the pulse rifle would probably be Killing Wind. So I think that would bump your stats up just enough, give you that extra bit of range so you could end up choosing more stability. And then your handling stats fixed. Then you've got more accuracy. You've got the increased strafe, which I think would also help it out. So I think for just it being a kinetic weapon, that would definitely give it the ability to fight back amongst this meta of subclass-based weapons and all of the above. Maybe if you got Adrenaline Junkie so you could bump the handling up just a little bit more anyways. That could be also pretty fun. Thing is, it already has Swashbuckler, so you may end up giving it Pugilist. So for PvE, you've got a very synergistic build there already, so you just build into those 2 perks. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good. I lost there. That would give you a synergistic weapon. Heck, maybe even the origin trait is something PvE related or something that helps in the raid. Give people a reason to run the guns. But, as you can see here, it's an effective gun. I've been using it, I started using it yesterday, and I was noticing it was very consistent, especially when you got Headseeker going. As long as you can consistently proc that on enemies, you can go from one guy to the next and just back and forth on them. So if you're fighting 3 people in front of you, this was what I was having happen to me yesterday, actually, was I'd be going into a match of Rift or something, and just the spark is there, 3 enemies line up, I hit one, I get Headseeker going, I switch to the next guy, and so then I can switch between 3, maybe take down 2, and the third one has like half or no health left at all. And so even if I die, any teammates that I have that come in have a pretty easy job to just clean up the last guy there, and then they can run the rift, run the spark to the rift, any of that. Today I've not been having a whole lot of that, but I've also been playing Banner today, so it's not like there's a lot of spaces where enemies would need to collapse in one zone. I still have had a lot of consistency with it in any of the matches I've played today. I've been having a lot of fun with Prophet of Doom, though. The role I've got, Smoothbore. Smoothbore is the perk to go for now. Rifled is... it's still good, so is Full Choke. But ever since they changed Smoothbore to be more consistent, or Full Choke to be more like Smoothbore, just run Smoothbore, you get more range out of it. But that's another part of this. If I didn't have to run, if I wasn't running Smoothbore and Accurize for the range, I'd be running Barrel Shroud for more of the handling. That's where I'd be going with that. That's kind of where my thought with Threat Detector comes in instead of Full Auto Trigger System. Since Full Auto Trigger System, yeah, it gives 10% increased rate of fire. So I think it's similar to Assault Mag, or is Assault Mag 5? Anyways, you could probably get a better roll, just Assault Mag and Full Auto Trigger System on this, and just double tap someone as fast as a rapid fire. That might be the trick for a lot of people. But I think, since a lot of people like going max range, I think Threat Detector's the better option. Because then you do Range Masterwork, Accurize, Smoothbore, opening shot for the aim assist. You've got an almost perfect shotgun, and it's a very clean shotgun, too. All of the raid weapons are. My personal favorite of the raid weapons is the hand cannon, which I probably will do a video on in the next couple of days. Ah, another match. Let's hope that it's a good one and people don't immediately abandon the match. But the hand cannon, I don't have it on my character right here, but if I go grab that real fast here. This is my role in the hand cannon, and for years I've had people tell me that this isn't the optimal role, but for me, the way that I play, I'm generally playing sixes, so Swashbuckler comes in pretty handy. Slide Shot saves my tail on a number of occasions. I like the handling stat. It's a little better due to fluted. And it's not like I'm losing out any range for how I'm playing. I'm playing aggressive, I'm playing in that mid to short range. So it's a great weapon. But with the pulse rifle so far, as long as you get in a space where they're not shooting at you first, or you get the option to kind of play around them, you're pretty much set. What? All the flashes are blinding me. But as you can see, just from that opening clip there, you can tell that if you get it going, the right positioning, you're already on the path to success. And there you get the 29s. Alright, since we have a super, we'll just go ahead and cast that, drop it down. That. Alright, so it is just a throwaway, that's fine. So then what we're going to try and do here is we're just going to try and use the pulse rifle at the range. Alright, so we got one. Got two. Since it is a Crimson, I'm not entirely enticed by trying to fight that. So I'm going to try and play from a different angle here. I do know I've got sweet business right there, so I'm just going to throw the grenade, see if I can funnel him in here. It's going to come right at that angle there. Grapple point kind of messed me up there. I was trying to shoot through it, but it's kind of interesting, the grapple points that hunters can put down. If you put them in doorways, you can completely stop Nova Bombs. Which I was honestly kind of surprised with when I first saw it happen. I didn't realize that was a thing. Which, especially if you've got 2 or 3 of them on your team, which I have been seeing a lot of recently, all you gotta do is have one, maybe 2 of them throw down a grapple point in each zone, and if there's a Nova Bomb or a Thunder Crash, you can potentially just see them hit that instead of you. Save your teammate the trouble of being killed by a super. I'm impressed I traded with that. So there's been a lot of cool and kind of odd interactions I've seen with supers and different abilities. The disappointing thing though I've been seeing recently, but I mean who probably hasn't been seeing it, is definitely the interactions between which players can match, because I get into a match, I'm a fairly above average player, and then I get into a match, and then those that are already feel like they're getting beaten to the ground by my teammates or maybe me, they just go, well, why am I even here? And they leave the match, so I don't get to play a full 8-10 minute match like I was hoping to do. I just kind of get stuck there in a 4vx or a 6v1 or something like that, and I go, what's the point? That's actually happened quite a bit today. I'm kind of disappointed about it. So I've been trying to play with this just to, so I get used to it, so I can, kind of like Cammy does, have it as muscle memory in the background, so I don't have to think too hard about using it while I try to talk about it. But then I had like 5 matches in a row where 4 or 5 people left right there in the beginning of it, and I'm like, well, what's the point? I didn't leave because I knew that if I left, it was probably going to throw me back into the same match, so I'm like, well, that's not worth it. So I just waited out the timer and was like, well, okay. Because it was not even 7 minutes in. It was less than 4 minutes in and I was already having trouble with it. Not, I guess I mistimed that just a little bit.
3 minutes remaining. Keep the pressure in.
It was like 3 minutes in, and already the entire team was gone, and Bungie wouldn't give them a team for the rest of the 7-minute match. And it's like, I, as trying to be a content creator, can't make anything out of that because there's 2 little people, and it's not like they're going to want to play the match either because they just had their entire team leave, so they're already, like, down already. They got no morale to try and keep playing the match. So I'm like, alright, fine. I guess I'll just do this as I guess have to. Alright. And kaboom. And so that made it kind of difficult to play earlier. But I mean, when I did get a good match, they were good matches. There was not a whole lot of crazy BS going on. It was solid, good matches. Bungie paired me up with decent teammates, and it was versus very good opponents, so I was enjoying the matches a lot. It made me think about my playstyles a lot better, so I was playing better those matches. But you know what? I've been playing this game for so long that essentially no matter what I do, Bungie's gonna try and give me teammates that are very likely to leave, and it's kind of a little sad. But, back on topic, as you can see, Sacred Provenance, it's a good pulse rifle. Like I said, I think that's a 3 out of 5 for me. My third column perk could be either Outlaw or Rapid Hit. Actually, let's go ahead and, let's pull Foundry over here. I don't know if it'll record that. We'll just throw Foundry here in front. My preferred role would be Arrowhead Break, Ricochet Rounds, Masterwork in Range, Rapid Hit, or Outlaw with Headseeker. But with it being a raid weapon, it only has 4 perks in those 3rd and 4th columns. So you've got Rangefinder, Full Auto, Outlaw, Rapid Hit in the 3rd, you've got Headseeker, Kill Clip, Snapshot, and Quick Draw in the 4th. So you've got really good perk options for the gun. You just don't have the intrinsic trait because it's a year 3 weapon and not a year 5 or a year 6. So if Bungie ever does allow you to craft these, it's gonna have some really good potential. We just gotta wait and see if they actually do that. So if they don't, well then it's just kind of another pulse rifle, just like the rest of them. So, as per the usual, like, comment, sub, all that good stuff. Hope you all have a good day, and peace.